So, good morning, everyone. Master Sergeant Dutch de Groot. Master Sergeant is going to say that good morning was weak. Let's try that again. Good morning, everyone. Well done. And welcome to the 2025 Mount Prospect Veterans Day ceremony. I would especially like to welcome the magnificent children from 4 different Mount Prospect schools who bussed over this morning to join us. Good morning, children. And to all of you for joining us this morning, my name is Bill Starr. I will be your Master of Ceremonies. In particular, I would like to welcome my fellow veterans of Mount Prospect, the members of All-American VFW Post 1337, commanded by Miss Laura Matuzik. Where are you, Laura? There's Laura, the commander of the VFW, and the American Legion Post 525, commanded by yours truly. I'd also welcome some distinguished guests here again. I hope they're here. I didn't check. Mayor Paul Hofert, are you here, Mayor? There's the Mayor. Thanks for coming, Paul. We have, with luck, we are guarded by Police Chief Mikey Cherno. Mike, where are you? There's Mike. Hey, Mike. Not sure if Tom Wang, our fire chief, is here. Tom, did you make it? There's Tom. Thanks for coming, Mike. Tom. And certainly not least is Jim Girard, our executive director of this wonderful park district. Jimmy, thanks for coming. All right, having introduced Laura Matuzik as the VFW new commander, I think it's fitting right now to take a second to recognize the outgoing commander of Post 1337. Les Duroff, please stand up. Where are you, Les? There's Les with the white hat. Les Duroff, who while serving as commander for 7 years, led the Post 1337 to 6 consecutive All-American awards. What is that? Those of you who don't know. Well, the coveted All-American status is awarded annually to VFW posts that rank in the top 25 community service performing posts in the world. Thank you, Les. And that's enough of Les. We'll get you later, Les. And to all of you, a very sincere thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming. It's a beautiful day. It's Veterans Day. Posting of the colors. To begin the program, the colors of the United States will be posted by the members of the Mount Prospect VFW and American Legion Post. Would everyone please stand? Standing quietly. Color bearers, prepare to advance the colors. Posts and firing detail, attend, hut, present, hum. Color bearers, advance the colors. Post colors. Go ahead, put them in, guys. Hold your salute. Order. Holmes. At ease. And now please join VFW Quartermaster Matt Luak. Did I say that right, Matt? Close enough. Luak. In renewing a pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Honored guests, please remove your caps. Place them on your right hand and place your right hand over your heart. Also, please know that if you are a military veteran, you are allowed and encouraged to render a military hand salute while reciting the pledge, and certainly when singing the national anthem. Post and firing detail, 10 hut, present, Holmes. Matt?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Color bearers post. Go ahead, back, Virg. Okay, now the good part. We get to sing the national anthem. I want to hear you kids, okay? This national anthem, one of the most wonderful songs ever written. So it's time to sing. Please remain standing for Miss Debbie Schreiner of the St. Paul Lutheran Church, who will lead us in singing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Posts and firing detail, 10 hut, present, Holmes. Debbie?
Oh, say,
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Order, home, at ease. Well done. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. All right, would please take your seats, everyone. Now we have the next thing on the agenda is the opening reflection. VFW Chaplain Ron Willer will now give the opening reflection. Ron?
Thank you, Bill. Good morning. We're gathered here today to remember and thank all those who have served in our armed forces since the beginning of our country. May the words we speak, the songs we sing, and the actions we take all fully demonstrate our great gratitude. Please add my sincere appreciation to all of you for joining us this morning. It is indeed fitting for all of us to gather on Veterans Day to help show our understanding and gratitude and to say thank you to our veterans for keeping us free. So on the count of 3, please join me in saying, thank you, veterans. Let me hear you all nice and loud. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, veterans. Wow, well done. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ron. That was great. Thank you, kids. Next up is a poem. Ladies and gentlemen, before we sing the God Bless America song, which I absolutely love, I would like to introduce 2 students from MacArthur Middle School who will answer the question, what is a veteran? Please welcome Ms. Nadaju Salako and Gabe Ramirez. How'd I do? Come on up, you guys.
Who is a veteran? Some of our veterans are easy to recognize. They wear uniforms, medals, and ribbons. Most veterans, however, live among us quietly and anonymously. They are America's own sons and daughters. Let's consider for a moment the question, who is a veteran? A veteran is an elderly gentleman sitting on a park bench who helped liberate a Nazi concentration camp during World War II. A veteran is a grizzled service station mechanic who showed extraordinary courage during the 38th parallel at the Korean War. A veteran is the nurse taking care of newborns in a hospital nursery who once bandaged burned and bloody limbs at Da Nang during Vietnam. A veteran is a POW who once returned home to face a culture he didn't recognize, and how he finds himself able at last to tell his story to his adult children. A veteran is a police officer driving her patrol car through the neighborhood who spent 6 months in Saudi Arabia making sure armored personnel carriers didn't run out of fuel during Desert Storm. A veteran is the older college student who braved the heat and terrorists while in Iraq or Afghanistan during Operation Enduring Freedom. On Veterans Day, we honor all people who served in our armed forces. They stand proudly in the timeline of history. Many war heroes and visionary military leaders stand in this line of selfless service. Some bear visible signs of their bravery and service, others carry inner signs, a soul forged and shaped by battle. Today, we offer special recognition to veterans who faced the horrors of war, and especially those who gave up their lives in service to the nation. They and their families deserve our highest praise and eternal gratitude. We remember and salute all fallen heroes today and thank their families for their ultimate sacrifice.
A veteran, however, is not only someone who fought in a war. Listen to the words of a staff sergeant who served during Desert Storm. I greatly admire and respect my heroes and friends in the desert for their courage, stamina, and superb performance during Desert Storm. Yet let's not discount the accomplishments of all who stayed back in the garrisons and training fields in America. We also served, yet in ways that don't grab headlines. We kept on doing what we were paid to do, train soldiers. We played a critical role in caring for the families left behind. We helped ensure that thousands of Guard and Reserve soldiers were fit to fight. We took on the rare area workload which needed to be done right. These are powerful words and true ones, and let's not forget to honor the many other veterans who served during peacetime and those who deployed during operations other than war. All soldiers commit to putting their lives in the line. Members of the National Guard continue to put themselves in harm's way, aiding with disaster and hurricane relief efforts every year. As we saw in Mogadishu, Somalia, and at the American Embassy at Nairobi, Kenya, soldiers die in operations other than war. All soldiers train and maintain a constant state of readiness so that whenever the nation needs them, they are ready to serve and, if necessary, to fight and die for the country. Therefore, on Veterans Day, we recognize and honor the many veterans who supported our warfighters, as well as all soldiers who served during peacetime. We recognize the fullest possible definition of the term veteran as any person who has served in the armed forces, past and present, at home and abroad, in peacetime and in war, and in active duty, in the Army Reserve, and in the Army National Guard. We honor them today, as we have for many years. We owe all American veterans a profound debt of gratitude. The freedoms and opportunities we enjoy today were bought and paid for with their devotion to duty and their sacrifices. Your contributions and acts of selfless service make a profound difference in our world. We praise you, we honor you, and we thank you.
I think our next generation's in pretty good hands, wouldn't you say? Oh, good. My favorite part. I'm going to ask you now to stand up and let's sing with Debbie Schreiner, God Bless America. Please join in and give me your best voices this time, all right? While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to the land that's free. Let us all be grateful for the land so fair as we raise our voices in solemn prayer.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Debbie. Please take your seats. Our keynote speaker today is Miss Elizabeth Soto. I personally was very pleased to hear that Miss Soto agreed to speak today. Why? Well, among the many, many strong and very positive women in this world, particularly those who have dedicated their professional lives to helping less fortunate veterans, there are two who I have pleasure to know here locally. One is Miss Laura Franz, the Executive Director of Veterans Path to Hope, a nonprofit dedicated to assisting homeless veterans and their families. And the other very admirable woman I can call a friend is Miss Elizabeth Soto, the Superintendent of Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County. Elizabeth D. Soto is a dedicated and trailblazing professional with a distinguished career in service and in advocacy for veterans. From 2004 to 2013, she proudly served in the Illinois National Guard, Army National Guard, where she developed a strong commitment to duty and community. Following her military service, Elizabeth transitioned to various government positions, bringing her expertise and dedication to public service. Her passion for supporting the veterans community led her to join the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County, the VACCC. What is a VACCC? A Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County. First part, Veterans Assistance means just that, assist veterans. The word commission in this context is defined as a group of persons directed to perform a particular duty. So the VACCC is that group of persons directed to assist veterans in Cook County. There are over 140,000 veterans in Cook County. It's a big job. It was in this role that Elizabeth discovered her true calling to continue the work with and serve her fellow veterans. Her work in the veteran community with the VACCC has made a significant impact, culminating in her historic election as the first Latino female superintendent in the entire 80-plus history of the commission. Wow. That's a wow. Elizabeth's groundbreaking achievement, superintendent, reflects not only her professional excellence, but also her commitment to breaking barriers and paving the way for future generations. She brings a unique perspective to this role, combining her military background, government experience, and personal dedication to veterans issues. Elizabeth's journey highlights her dedication, leadership, and pioneering spirit. Please welcome Miss Elizabeth Soto.
Thank you so much. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Starr, for that incredible introduction. It took the first half of my speech, so I appreciate that. Well, my name is Elizabeth Soto, and as Mr. Bill Starr did state, I have the great privilege of working for a remarkable organization by the name of the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County, and I do serve as their superintendent. I also had the great honor of serving in the Illinois Army National Guard from 2004 to 2013 as a human resource sergeant and as a recruiter and also as a guidance counselor. And it is truly a privilege to stand here with all of you today to commemorate Veterans Day. Now, before I dive in, I want to say how grateful I am to be here with so many young people, because you are the ones who will carry forward the lessons of what this day truly means. Veterans Day is a day of reflection, a day to remember, a day to think, and a day to understand. And as you already may know, Veterans Day began as Armistice Day, marking a historical moment of the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month when World War I ended in 1918. It was first a day to pause and reflect on peace. And today, it continues to be a day to celebrate the very men and women who stepped forward to serve, those who chose to protect, to help, and to make a difference. Now, if you've ever met a veteran, you might have thanked them and acknowledged them for their service. However, you might have also noticed that each branch of service and veteran has their own traditions and their own ways of recognizing one another. For example, in the Army, we say, "Huh." There are any other Army veterans in the room? Huh. It's one of those words that can mean anything from yes, no, maybe, or I'm just motivated. And similarly, in the Marine Corps, the Marines usually shout the equivalent of hoorah. Any Marine Corps vets? Hoorah. There you go. The Navy and Coast Guard say hooyah. The Air Force says hua or aim high. All right, and the Space Force says semper supra, which means always above. Now, I like to think that if you students had a version of your own, such as hua, it might sound a little different. And so, as I thought last night about how I could explain it, I came up with an example. So, if I were walking down the hall and a veteran were to pass me and say, are you enjoying your Veterans Day? I could simply respond with, hua, and keep on moving. And that veteran would know exactly what I meant in response to say, thank you. I am actually having a great Veterans Day and I hope you are too. And so you might be asking how so much can be meant in such a little phrase. Well, think of it like this. If one of your classmates later on today in the hallway in passing asks you, how would you rate the Veterans Day assembly this morning? You could simply respond with something equivalent from your generation, such as 6'7", 6'7". And you both would instantly get it. It's an inside understanding. Well, that's what hul and ura means for Army soldiers and Marine Corps vets and all of the other branches of service. There's a connection there. There's an unspoken trust that says we understand each other. And that's part of what Veterans Day is about. Not just the words of saying thank you for your service or traditions such as attending assemblies, but the meanings behind them. It's about remembering that service in all its forms connects us. So today, as we stand together with the veterans of the VFW Post and the American Legion Post, and with so many veterans here present and those who served before us celebrating in other locations, let's take a moment to remember. Veterans Day isn't just a day on the calendar. It's a reminder that freedom has faces, service has stories, and that even our gratitude has a language all its own. So to all of the veterans from every generation and every branch of service, we honor, we thank you, and we appreciate you, not just today, but every day. Thank you very much.
I told you, didn't I? Special lady. Next on the agenda is Singing America the Beautiful. I know there seems to be a lot of standing and sitting going on today, and I apologize for that. But it's time to sing again. So please stand and all join in singing America the Beautiful with our wonderful songstress, Miss Debbie Schreiner. Debbie?
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you, Debbie. All right, please take your seats. And now the combined VFW American Legion firing detail will move outside and commence the rifle salute, honoring all veterans living and dead. Officer of the Day, take charge of the firing detail.
Detail. Hey, up! Good! Hey! And trailing there. Forward! 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 Ready. Good, everybody? So you got enough space between you? Spread it down a little bit. That's fine. Aim! Fire! Aim! Fire! Aim! Fire! Order! Work!
Thank you. Well done. Now I'd like to welcome our bagpiper, Kevin Chapman, come forward. He will play a medley of patriotic songs to include Amazing Grace and As a Grand Old Flag. Kevin? Kevin. Thank you so much. Next is a special Veterans Day song from Lions Park School. I turn my control of this program over to Lions Park School Music Director, Ms. Claire Kohlinger, for a special Veterans Day song presented by the chorus of Lions Park School, entitled Stars and Stripes Forever, written by John Philip Sousa. Ms. Kohlinger.
Reminding us how freedom grew from the struggle.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, as the master of ceremonies, I have certain powers that I have only once a year. I'm going to ask Ms. Kollinger to step forward, turn the singers around, and do it again. Please. Turn around, you guys. Loud and clear. Thank you, Claire. I keep saying wow after things going on. So now, next is playing of the taps. Leah, are you ready? There she is up there. And now please stand for playing of the taps by Miss Leah DeLuca, Prospect High School Marching Band. We'll do the honors, posts, and firing details. Hedge hut, present, home. Bugler, at your ready. Order! Home! Please take your seats. Well done, Leah. Thank you. Before we conclude, allow me a bit of Mount Prospect Veterans Day history. Back in 2017, when Mayor Arlene Jurasek, by official village proclamation, designated Veterans Day as also officially Loved Ones Appreciation Day. That one-year proclamation has been officially extended indefinitely by Mayor Holford. Isn't that right, Mayor? Thank you. As proclaimed by the poet John Milton, quote, "They also serve who only stand and wait," unquote. Therefore, we pause now to recognize and appreciate the wives or husbands, girlfriends or boyfriends, mothers and fathers who stayed home during time of war and daily agonized over the perils of war and the risks that they knew we would take to keep our buddies safe and our country free. When the veterans you honor here today came home alive, it wasn't just the soldiers who were happy. The main sigh of relief came from their loved ones. So today is also Loved Ones Appreciation Day in Mount Prospect. If you are a loved one of the veteran, please stand up. Veterans and friends, let us now recognize our true loves. Applause, please. Well done. Thank you very much. And now please take your seats. The closing reflection, and now Mr. Joe Schmidt, the chaplain of the Mount Prospect American Legion, will share a closing reflection. Joe?
Hello, everyone. I know that you will join me when I say that I am thankful for freedom. I am thankful for peace. We understand these virtues come at a high cost of men and women willing to answer the call to serve our nation on our behalf. On this Veterans Day, we recognize and honor those who have served and are currently serving in the military in defense of peace and freedom. There is no greater love than the willingness to lay down one's life for others. So today in particular, we show our appreciation for our many freedoms and the peace in our lives because of the many sacrifices of our veterans and their loved ones. Thank you all for coming, and thank you, veterans.
This concludes our ceremony for 2025. On behalf of all the veterans of Mount Prospect, I'd like to thank all of you for coming here today to celebrate together this Veterans Day. Your support is appreciated. I want you to know you're appreciated. I especially like to thank all of the leadership and faculty support from each of the schools that are represented today. Because of their dedication, diligence, and patriotism, you made it happen. Over 300 children were able to attend today and witness Veterans Day firsthand. All of you wonderful children, I would like to thank all of you wonderful children for your support and patriotism. Please know that you are appreciated. Give yourself a round of applause. A big thank you to our brilliant songstress, Debbie Schreiner. The unbelievable Elizabeth Soto. Thank you, Elizabeth. And of course, thank you to the Mount Prospect Park District for their organizational efforts and endless support without which this celebration would not happen. Well, I get the personal note every year. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to remind you, all of you, on Veterans Day, we pause to thank all veterans. So if you have a mind to, please reach out and thank a veteran today. Do you have a veteran in your family? Maybe a dad, a mom, uncle, an aunt, possibly a grandpa. Call him up, call them up, thank them, then go outside and take a deep breath of freedom. So veterans here present, you and the guests who invited to stay and enjoy lunch compliments at the Mount Prospect Police Department, thank you guys. Thank you to all of you. Post dismissed. Thank you all.